Who is Patrick Xavier Clark, TakeOff's alleged killer? Houston Police Chief Troy Finner said Friday that investigators charged 33-year-old Patrick Xavier Clark with Migos rapper TakeOff's murder. The announcement was about 31 days after TakeOff's death. TakeOff, whose name is Kersenik Carey Ball, was killed by gunfire outside a private party at a downtown Houston bowling alley on November 1st. 2 others were injured in the shooting. TakeOff was 1/3 of the popular, Metro Atlanta-based group, Migos. Other members of Migos were his relatives. Quavo was his uncle and Offset was his cousin. Fans mourned the 28-year-old musician's death at a memorial service in State Farm Arena. Finner said the investigation is still active and detectives are still seeking witnesses. Here's what we learned from police Friday about the investigation of TakeOff's murder. HPD Homicide Division Sergeant Michael Burrow said investigators struggled to find willing witnesses. Investigators relied heavily on video surveillance and cell phone video and audio. Not all the video and audio evidence in the case was available immediately. Investigators reconstructed the shooting to confirm ballistic evidence. Through that, we were able to deduce that Patrick Clark is the lethal shooter in the case. That's why he's charged with murder, Burrow said. Police in Houston said authorities arrested Clark on Sterling Green Boulevard on Thursday night. The street is in Northeast Houston. A search shows there are mostly single-family homes in the area. Finner described the arrest as peaceful. Finner implied there was a sizable law enforcement presence during the arrest. "We are going to come and get you, and we come and get you professionally, but we come in force with everything that we have," and he gave up, Finner said. Police believe the shooting happened after a high-stakes dice game at a private party. There was an argument that happened after the game that erupted into gunshots. TakeOff was an unarmed and a bystander. Investigators said there was a lucrative dice game that went on at the event. There was an argument that happened afterwards outside the bowling alley, which led to the shooting, said Burrow. "I can tell you that TakeOff was not involved in playing in the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed," Finner said. Police do not know whether Clark was invited to the party or if he knew TakeOff. He didn't provide details on what exactly happened during game that caused tempers to flare. Clark's bond was set at $2 million. According to court documents, shortly after TakeOff was killed, Clark applied for an expedited passport by submitting a travel itinerary for an upcoming flight to Mexico. Records show Clark had a large amount of cash. Prosecutors argued he was a flight risk. Burrow said investigators learned more than 30 people were standing outside the bowling alley when the shooting happened. Police did not release the exact number. Every person left the scene without providing a statement to investigators. Police found some people the night of the shooting and the days that followed. Burrow said the investigation is not closed and it's important that people come forward. "We will be looking to find you," he said. "It will be easier if you come find us." Law enforcement announced the arrest of 22-year-old Cameron Joshua on a felon in possession of a weapon charge in connection to the shooting. Prosecutors said in court Joshua is not believed to have fired a weapon during TakeOff's shooting. Joshua was arrested on November 22nd. "We believe Cameron Joshua has been appropriately charged in this case and we are continuing our investigation into the death of TakeOff," Harris County Prosecutor Matt Gilliam said after Wednesday's hearing. Thank you for watching. Please smash that like button, comment, and subscribe.